So with Skate Season 2 coming to a close, March 10th, 2026, it is now March 8th, I figured I would do this little video, basically going over what I'm excited to see, like what I hope happens in this next coming season of Skate. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into that. So before I get all this started, I do want to say I'm getting all of my information directly from EA themselves, or Full Circle, as they have dropped the Season 3 roadmap. So that is what I'm going to be looking at while I'm discussing these features. So let's go ahead and take a look at this roadmap that they released, that is coming on the 10th. So we got a list of features here. We have the Isle of Grom, dark slides and dark catches, updated boneless flips and bonelesses, new game mode, speed lines. I'm not too sure what that is. We're getting tattoos, cosmetic loadouts, which are your different skaters, per one save. Brands in the skate pass including Adidas, Vans, and Thrasher. New brands including Huff, Jenkim, and more to come is what it says. More replay editor effects, seasonal events, and more. So yeah, I'm gonna go and kind of explain what I'm looking forward to here. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna be getting into is of course the dark slides and dark catches. I am very, very excited for those, because the more trick variety in the game, the better the game will be. Because right now, it's looking pretty bare bones, but once they add more tricks and stuff like that to the game, then I see lines getting far more technical and really awesome looking. So yeah, that's the first feature that I'm pretty hyped about. Alright, so the second feature that I am excited to have in Skate Season 3 is the updated bonelesses. Like I said, it's kind of the same deal with the dark slides and dark catches, more trick variety. Can't wait to see what kind of variations that they're gonna have, because they did quite a bit with the hand plants. So the fact that they're going to be expanding upon different tricks like bonelesses, it gives me some hope. Alright, now I ain't gonna lie boys, I'm kind of intrigued about this new game mode called Speedlines. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of curious about it. Not saying that I'm looking forward to it because I don't know what it is, but it sounds interesting enough for me to be like, I wonder what this is. Now, looking at the roadmap and everything that's going on, there are quite a bit of stuff in that little section. I think everything on there I'm actually really excited for. That being meetups, turn-based competitive game modes like Spot Battle and the game Skate, SKATE, which they should have added that. That should have been a feature since day one, if we're being honest. The matchmaking systems, a new world area. I wonder if they're finally gonna open up Brick Switch. If that's the case, then I'm all for that. Unlockable board wear and tear, dude. That sounds pretty fucking cool. And finger flips. I cannot believe that we have gone this far into the game without finger flips. Yeah, can't wait for those features. I'm really hyped about that. Really hyped. Can't wait to see those, come to the game. Alright, now this section of the roadmap I don't even think should be, included, because this next section is called On the Radar, which are features that are in discussion. So things that like aren't even like they're talking about adding, that they're like not even like developing yet. So chances are a lot of the stuff on this like section of the roadmap aren't even gonna like be features in the game. You know, which is a really big shame because I mean, looking at everything on this roadmap, you know, it's something that we've all wanted. You know, there's something on here that we've all wanted to see in the game. Like private servers, underflips, player created parks, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, some of these aren't even gonna be like features in the game, which is like kind of upsetting. But I mean, you know, at least they're taking it into consideration, I guess. So I've already talked about private servers being on this section of the roadmap, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna list off everything that they're like thinking about putting into the game, but might not be put into the game. So I already discussed private servers. They're thinking about adding underflips. So this is like your kickflip underflip, heel flip, pop shove it underflip, stuff like that. They're thinking about adding player created parks. So like stuff that the community can make, which is really, really, really cool. Leaderboards, I think, should have been in the game since like, you know, day one. Because leaderboards are what makes games oftentimes like it makes people want to stick around. They're thinking about adding proximity chat, which I mean that would be hilarious. Imagine like you're just chilling at a spot and someone just like zooms past you and they're like saying something funny. I don't know. I just think that'd be kind of cool. Legacy skate spots from the older skate games, skate 1 through 3, which that'd be kind of cool, just kind of paying homage to the older games. More legacy game modes, like I would assume like Death Race, Hollow Meat, 1-Up, you know, stuff like that. And more board shapes, so like more ways to customize the actual skateboard. Those would be like cool features that they should definitely add. But unfortunately, the way that it's looking and the way that they're like, you know, putting everything, it looks as though some of these are just like maybes, you know, and not like, you know, set in stone like, hey, we're gonna be working on this, you know what I mean? But overall, all things considered, the roadmap is looking promising on some parts, and if done correctly, it can really like, you know, change the game in, you know, a very, very productive way. Me and one of my buddies were in a Discord call talking about the state of the game and what it's currently in, and I think a lot of the stuff that like I think it boils down to just like the simplicity of the game as a whole, and because I mean the map itself is very, very condensed. I get that they want this open world feel, and there's only so much you can do with that. However, like in like all the other games prior, instead of just having one fixated map, it'd have like separate districts, and those districts were like their own like little world, kind of, and I feel like they should have like at least taken note from that. But instead, like no matter like where you go, you'll find yourself skating like the exact same spots, Whereas like in the previous games, you could literally go like wherever, and there would always be something new. So that brings me to the Isle of Grom, which is supposed to be a kind of map expansion. It's supposed to be Tutorial Island or whatever. I'm not a big fan of the way that they're implementing it, but I mean at least they're adding it and listening to the community in some regard. Even if they kind of backtracked on their whole no paid like gameplay aspect, But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this and want to see more, then do please leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, it's been Vacant, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.